Hi guys, so I know this is not my normal content, but I was craving ice cream, so I decided to make it after watching a tutorial on YouTube. I decided to make for the first time, and I'm using 3 sachets of Dano milk and sugar. You could use any milk, any desired milk, but it should be powdered milk. But I just use Dano because I like the taste. Now I'm pouring it into the bowl. I'm going to be using. And everything the money I spent in total for everything was just 800 naira, so it wasn't expensive at all. Pouring the milk. So that last one, this was the last one. I'm not going to be adding the sugar now because it's not time for me to add the sugar. But this is how I will use all the milk I used. I cleared everything, then I put the scissors back in place. Then I took sachet of water. I could not film me mixing it because for some reason my camera turned off. But I did not use the entire sachet, I just used half of it. And this was it after everything, after adding the water and letting it dissolve, mixing it for. This was how it looked, looking pretty nice. So then I covered it. I'm going to let it freeze for 8 hours or more. I let it freeze overnight. And this was it after the freezing, after the next day. I opened it and it was frozen solid. Then I covered it and you let it dissolve or melt for about 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. And after the 5 minutes I came back and I opened it. It had melted just a little bit, just so you don't want it to melt completely. You could see it was still a little bit frozen. And then now after you add the sugar, and this is the time you add the sugar. I thought I was going to use the whole amount of sugar that was in the nylon, but at the end of the day I just ended up using just 2 spoons, which as you can see I just ended up using just 2 spoons. I thought that was enough already. You don't want to be way too sweet. And I kept the rest, tasted the sugar because why not, and I started mixing it. So sorry, I watched, she used a whisk, but I don't have a whisk, so I decided to use a spoon. Just mix it to get the desired texture, but I wanted it to be like the texture of when she used the whisk, so I did this for a really long time. Just kept on mixing it together so as to mix the sugar and also get the texture. But if you have a whisk, you could also use this at this point, but I don't have one, so but even though you could just use a spoon like me, which turned out nice also. I just kept on whisking. I cannot show the whole process of me whisking it. I think I mixed it for about 3 minutes or so. I could not film the entire process because I didn't want this video to be way too long and bore you guys out, so then I tasted it at this point, but this wasn't the texture, so I still continued mixing it though. So it was me mixing it. Then at this point I've gotten the texture I actually wanted, that was meant to be like. You can see it should be fluffy, so that when you freeze it's going to have the texture of normal ice cream, which was just what I did. This was after the mixing. Then I covered it and let it freeze again for 2 hours, just 2 hours. And this was after 2 hours. She used a foil to cover it, but I don't have a foil, so I decided to use nylon, which you could use too if you don't have one, because was still the same effect that it still gave me. Then I covered it After covering it, making sure it was placed properly, took to the fridge again for just 1 more hour. Then this was after the 1 hour, me opening the ice cream because it was done. This was the finished look. It had the texture of ice cream, of real ice cream, normal ice cream that you buy from the store. So it was me tasting it and tasted amazing. And now I decided to dish it into a plate so I could eat it and also take a thumbnail photo. And let me tell you, it tasted really amazing. I'm still going to make this some other day because this was amazing. Like, you could try it too. It was amazing, like really amazing. Even though I didn't have some of the equipment to use, it still turned out nice, which was the foil and the whisk. It turned out nice. Like, just look at this. But bye guys.